Good morning. Please join us in hymn number 188. Come, come, whoever you are. Four parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Yeah. We begin our service with harmonic music.
Our opening words are by Reverend Gracen Haley. This is a call for all the people longing for liberation, all who wander too often the desert, not sure of the way forward, thirsty and afraid, looking for water. Here is a call to collect ourselves and the hopes we have tucked away, set aside too often for another day. Here we are building a welcome table that never finds its end. A river that cannot run dry. The waters are always rapid, and then still, steady, and then waterfalls. There is nothing tidy or perfect possible in this journey. Abundant life is messy and glorious, filled with risk. This is a call for the diving in with all of the dreams of your heart, the struggles, the silliness, the fear, the hunger, the courage, the community, the love. Here we remember the time for joy is always now. Come, let us worship together.
Okay, thanks. I invite you to join me in our chalice lighting. We light this chalice as a symbol of reunion. We reunite in the sanctuary to share the flow of our hearts with one another. We gather together in ritual to celebrate our fountains of joy, to hold each other through storms of grief, to guide one another through rapids of transformation, to rest together on ponds of stillness. Together we honor the spirit of water, its many forms, and its life-giving essence.
So good morning. Good morning. I'm Claire Wagner. It is my joy to welcome you to St. John's Unitarian Universalist Church. Here we are a community of love and courage, companions on the journey of life. You are welcome here. Whoever you are, wherever you come from, whatever joys or burdens you carry, you are welcome here. If you are certain or questioning, hopeful or heartbroken, grounded or searching. We honor the richness of our community's diversity, racial, cultural, economic, of age and ability, of gender identity and sexual orientation, of belief and doubt. Each of these is a gift that strengthens the whole. We welcome you to our in-gathering service. Most Unitarian Universalist churches officially kick off their year with a service we call water communion. You will be invited later to bring forth water or pour water that we have provided into a common bowl. There's much happening in the life of our congregation. You can learn more in your order of service or on the screens in the lobby or Kroll Pfeiffer, our fellowship hall. For now, please take a moment, if you haven't yet, to silence your cell phones. Settle into this space and know that you are truly welcome. Our next hymn, I think Edie's guiding us on this one too, number 1007 in the teal hymnals, There's a River Flowing in My Soul. Thanks, Edie. Now, please join me in our affirmation. This is the mission of our faith, to teach the fragile art of hospitality, to revere both the critical mind and the generous heart, to prove that diversity need not mean divisiveness, and to witness to all that we must hold the whole world in our hands.
Just as our water communion reminds us that all water is connected, that the water we share today is the same water that flowed through the world of the dinosaurs, our ritual of stones for joys and concerns reminds us that we are connected to one another, to those outside these walls, and even to those who have gone before. This is the part of the service that we honor the joys and concerns that have come into our lives this week by coming forward to place stones into the sand of our beloved community. At the end, we'll place a stone for all of those joining us online. And if you're here in the sanctuary and would like your joy or concern to be read, please leave them on the table. If you're online, please enter them in chat. and we will read them all from the pulpit. Sometimes I just like to listen to Stephen's music and think of the story that would be playing out. I have two that are the same, so we'll start there. We want to wish Roberto well. It is his final day with us, and thank him for all that he has done for St. John's. And we want to welcome CJ Hastings, who is starting with us today and shadowing Roberto, and has been with us before. So welcome back, CJ. Edie says, there was a fire at my tenant's apartment. All people and critters got out safely. I'm glad everyone is safe, Edie. And there's a drought. Deep, wet, water your plants and trees. Indeed. Please be this is from Linda Linkert. Please be thinking of my friend Tom as his son has heart surgery tomorrow. We will hold Tom. And we acknowledge that there is a lot in this room that has not been said. I invite you into these words of prayer meditation by Reverend Gracen Haley. Here is a call to collect ourselves and the hopes we have tucked away, set aside too often for another day. Here we are building a boat with room for everyone. A boat that will keep us safe as we sail uncharted seas. A boat that will carry us to that place we barely dare to imagine. There is nothing tidy or perfect possible in our journey. Abundant life is messy and glorious, filled with risk. This is a call for the diving in with all the dreams of your heart. The struggles, the hunger, the courage, the community, the love. May we remember the time for joy is also now. I want to invite Preston forward to share our story for all ages. Preston is going to read it because you all are going to be cued to certain actions, so keep an eye out.
I want to invite anyone who wants to. Actually, if you guys want to sit, if the kids want to sit like in the front row so that you can read the cue cards, because it's going to be really tough to like bend your neck backwards like that. But yeah, if the kids or anyone who wants to get a better view of the cue cards want to come up and sit in the front row for the story, I would love that. It would make me feel really good about myself. So this is A Drop's Journey by Tim Atkins. My earliest memory is drifting up through the sky, heading further and further up. I couldn't see anyone else that looked like me, but I could somehow feel that the sky was full of things just like me. And I kept rising. I started to gain a form that I could see. I was a single drop, but I was part of something greater. Together with some other drops, we formed a family, a big and puffy family. We floated around the sky for what seemed like an eternity, but eventually we started to fall back down to earth. Although the trip back down to the ground was pretty fun and I was surrounded by my friends and family, I still felt pretty lonely. I missed that feeling of being a part of something greater than myself, and it was pretty fun floating around in the sky. I felt like I was losing a part of myself as I fell towards the ground. Before I knew it, splat. I hit the ground hard. There was green stuff all around me, and slowly I started to sink down into the ground. It was cold and dark, and I was very scared. Some of my friends that I fell to the ground with disappeared into different routes, and I felt alone in the darkness. I kept falling and falling through the ground. It was dark. I couldn't see where I was going. I thought I'd be stuck alone in the darkness forever. I slammed up against something pretty hard. And I was stuck against a rock and a hard place for quite a long time. It took time, oh so much time, but I made it past the rock. And then I met other drops, like me, who had made it past the rock and the hard place. And we started to come together. This was a very exciting time for me. These were entirely different drops than I had met before, and had some really interesting stories to tell. One remembered being a part of a plant that got eaten by a deer. One remembered being a part of a great storm and was blown all the way through a tree. It was nice having so many different drops from different backgrounds come together. Eventually, our stream, that's what we called ourselves, made it out of the darkness and into the light. We saw all sorts of fun sights, and soon our stream joined with other streams. We weren't worried about losing each other because we found even more friends along the way. We became more than just individual streams. We became a river. Our river merged with more, and soon we joined a big body of water one of the elder drops called the sea. I had never felt more at home. There was a big community of all of us individual drops of water. Some came from rivers, some came from the sky. Drops continually joined us, and we celebrated their arrival. Drops would also leave us, disappearing back up into the sky, and although we mourned their loss, we knew they were continuing on their journey and wished them well. I had made it through the dark times and arrived at my home. In our story, the drops of water came from different streams to find a community together when they merged into a river and later into the sea. When two sources of water merge, it's impossible to tell which water came from which source. A true community is formed. We all come from different places and different experiences, but when we unite as a community, we are inseparable. Our drops of water have come from different streams, but united, we are a river.
We are introducing something new to our services this week. And we're starting with what we're calling a ministry minute to talk about different ministries and opportunities and things happening in the congregation. So we are starting with membership because this year, Debbie and Nancy Henry have agreed to help us restart the membership team. So Debbie's going to tell us a couple of things. She's going to take a little longer than a minute because they're brand new.
Good morning. Good morning. Reverend Jenn told you about Nancy and me co-leading membership. So I'm here to announce the community fair after service on November 9th. So this is an opportunity to find out about the volunteers who keep St. John's moving. At the fair, teams and committees will have information about their group and maybe some snacks. We haven't had an event like this since the fall of 2019, so watch for more information in e-news. Volunteering is a great way to get to know others in the congregation. You'll gain a sense of belonging and feel satisfaction from what you and your group contributes. If you haven't noticed, there's a display in Coral Fiver describing various volunteer opportunities. It's located near the door to the parking lot. Greg, this is our friendly greeter, Greg, has been working on updating the announcements. Take a look today, but check back later for new postings. All right, so I'm kind of shifting gears here. So this is something we're going to implement that we haven't had before, and we're calling it a Connect card. And it's for use by members, friends, and visitors, and it's a way to connect and get information. So you'll find these in the cloth pockets on the back of some of the chairs here. Once we get our yellow paper, you'll see them at the greeter table and at the welcome table. So right now we're using pink, but we're gonna switch over to this. So if you wanna see them up close, look out in Hanley. Thank you.
Our offering words today are from Reverend Erica Hewitt. The offering that we take each Sunday isn't just a stale habit. It's an opportunity to recommit to this place and to this people. Our offering is an affirmation, a yes. When we give, we say yes to something we value. With our gifts freely given, may we say yes to the values of our faith. May our offering help us practice Unitarian Universalism within and beyond our congregation as tools to empower our mission. St. John's is committed to creating a safe and caring community, working for peace and social justice, and celebrating beliefs that respect freedom of thought. The ushers will move among us.
Have you ever seen the Grand Canyon? Many of you. Layers upon layers of rock exposed to the air. Water carved this majestic canyon over centuries. The same water we bring together today, the water that nourishes us, carved the largest canyon on the surface of our planet. Water is central to and necessary for life, and it's changed by everything it encounters, and it changes everything it touches. This is why water is so appropriate for our ritual of ingathering. We live in a closed system, a planet where the waters that once covered much of this earth in ice are the same waters found in the Nile, in the Ohio River. Just as we know that when we leave this beloved community, perhaps because we move to another place, or perhaps just for a summer, there is something we share, something we take with us. We are still connected by a common life, a common bond. And as waters are changed by our travels through them, even when the change is hard to see, we know that we too are changed by our travels together as a community. Even when a stream forks, the water that flows on in different branches carries with it the force of that shared stream. We are forever changed by our time together. Likewise, different creeks and streams can come together, combining their power to form rushing rivers. As we bring water together, a symbol of all that we bring to this community, all that we have gained from the past year, we recognize that reality, the reality of how we are interconnected with one another, and how even the smallest change can be transformative over time. All of the waters have traveled far, just as we have. Water is also a good symbol for this congregational time of transition and transformation. It is a powerful force that cannot help but change and be changed. And as powerful as water is, it needs our care. Water reminds us there are many kinds of power. It took centuries to carve the Grand Canyon. There is the power of actively nourishing life day by day, as seen in the critters inhabiting a lake, the plant life fed by rain, the joy of a swimming pool, and more. The same life-giving water can also be dangerous and destructive. It is the power and danger of destruction found in floods, hurricanes, violent storms. We choose water to represent what it means to be together in our new congregational year because we recognize these things about ourselves. We can offer one another and the world the power of the steady presence that carves canyons. We can offer one another and the world life and joy, and we can become destructive in our relationships with one another and the world through mistrust, breaking our covenant, not being honest and kind. We must work together to protect our beloved community and the relationships we have built here, just as we work to protect the water that offers us life. We are changed, served, and strengthened by the waters of the world, the literal water that flows from clean wells and taps, and the spiritual waters of our relationship with each other. Come, let us celebrate the waters of the world, the life and gifts of this congregation together. Blessed be. As we turn to our annual water communion, I share these words by my colleague, Reverend Carl Gregg. I invite you to hold in your heart this question: letting go of what doesn't matter and showing up for what matters most. What do you feel called to say yes to in this season of your life? In 1980, two Unitarian Universalist women, Carolyn McDade and Lucille Shuck Longview, created a ritual using water to symbolize our connectedness to one another, to the totality of life, and to our place on this planet. This Sunday service, where the first water communion was held, carried the theme, "Coming Home Like Rivers to the Sea." Since then, it has become an annual tradition in many UU congregations to hold a water communion. In the words of one UU, from the scattered drops and rivulets of our individual lives, we come together. Our lives merge, separate, and merge again. From the rush and cascade of our daily activities, we come to this place of quiet reflection, where we may pool our hopes and dreams, pause, and peer beneath the surface to consider the deeper currents of our lives. Like rivers to the sea, we come to this, our spiritual home. May we each be lifted up. May we pour ourselves out, receiving and sharing the blessings of this time and place. In a few moments, if you feel called to do so, you'll be invited to come forward and share a word or a brief phrase about what gifts you bring, what you feel called to contribute to this new year. Something that can deepen our connectedness to one another, to the totality of life, and to our place on this planet. After each sharing, you will be invited to pour a small amount of water from the pitcher or something you have brought with you into the bowl, symbolizing how our individual contributions flow together into this beloved community. And if you want to do that silently without speaking, you are welcome. As you reflect on what symbolic water you feel led to bring, consider these words from my colleague, the Reverend Gracen Haley. Water doesn't care about our borders. It seeps through concrete. It rises when we're not looking. Our bodies are made of this stubborn grace, this relentless returning, this holy refusal to be owned. So bring your water. Bring the tears you've cried this year, the rage that keeps you awake, the hope that won't let you quit. We will remember together how to move and flow. We have also placed empty cups to remind us of the many places in the world today where people do not have access to enough food and water. Famine in Gaza and Sudan, acute food insecurity in South Sudan, catastrophic hunger in Haiti and Mali. May these empty cups remind us of our call to work for a world where all are fed, all have clean water, and all are able to flourish with dignity, love, and compassion. As we begin, I want to invite Claire to come forward first as she carries water from many years past.
I'm going to move this up for people.
Yes, thank you.
A lot of you know that I really like this day every year. In this water are droplets from 34 years ago, 33 years ago, 32 years ago, etc. I collect it at the end every year. And so it represents people long past and people still here. And I'll do it again at the end. I keep it in my fridge so it's not all green in it.
You're welcome to come.
From the drinking fountain in the lobby. My 4 different fitness instructors in 4 classes every week have the same message: stay hydrated.
from my fish tank, where I have a responsibility to care for a community, and that's what I will be doing in the next year in my caring for this one.
I look forward to continuing to share in the joy of music.
This is from my pond and waterfall and my gardens that gives me much peace and joy.
So some of the molecules of water in here are thousands of years old, but most of them are probably newer than that. And this water traveled with David and me when we went to visit family in Maryland, so it represents that.
To this community, I offer resilience and occasional silliness.
In this coming year, I look forward to staying present and helping out where I can.
From different water sources throughout the city, I bring connection and bringing people together for shared activities.
From the great city of Cincinnati's water supply, we got good, clean water here. I'm grateful for that. We have less PFAS, forever chemicals, than Indian Hills water supply. Oh yeah, water, I want to reiterate, we do have a drought going on, so deep water all your plants and your trees. They're really being stressed right now.
I bring greetings from Nard St. Laszlo that I had a good fortune to visit this year to enrich our attachment with this church that we've been involved with for 30 plus years. You'll be hearing more from me.
I look forward to helping in the kitchen this year, which I enjoy doing. And also, I've just started a couple weeks ago being in the choir, and I really look forward to that. I just, water is known as the universal solvent. So I want you to remember, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the sediment on the bottom.
My water is from the tap at Marjorie P. Lee, where I moved to this year, but it makes me also think of my former home, places I visited, people I visited. My contribution here is to be Debbie's other half in membership, and I see a lot of faces that are new here today or revisiting, and I'm very grateful for that.
My water is from the Atlantic Ocean, from annual gathering of my family at Chincoteague and Pocomoke and areas in between. And I also want to say I so much enjoy being part of the choir, and it is like a lot of beautiful drops coming together to make music.
So last week we had the Zoomies 5K to raise funds for the Ohio Pet Sanctuary. And rather than get water from the Winton Woods Lake, I just got some that you could drink.
I'm looking forward to a good year of making lots of beautiful dirt for the congregation, helping with the compost program.
I'm looking forward to singing in the children's choir.
Okay. There were more fish than I could count in the Mill Creek this morning. And I want to come to church more Sundays than I don't next year.
We learned a lot this year about glacier water and truth-telling about that. And so what I bring is a consistent determination to tell the truth.
I want to offer truth, clarity, and song.
Galen says, I'm thinking of Uncle Hood and fighting for justice through writing my second book.
This year, I want to bring my presence and learning to this group.
I would like to continue helping make connections through the chalice groups.
This is also from the Cincinnati water system, from my kitchen sink, and I'm looking forward to keeping my cats hydrated.
So this water is actually from home, but it symbolizes a trip this summer to watch our son singing in Ocean City, New Jersey, and then visiting my sister and her brother in Washington.
I also brought some water to represent a personal thing, a family. Our sons live long distance, both of them, and we had opportunities in early summer and end of summer to visit with them. And I also hope to keep contributing to this family at St. John's.
I'm just looking forward to continuing to be a part of St. John's and supporting wherever we can, and getting to know people that I haven't known.
I believe so much in the power and the strength and the resilience and the potential of this community, and I am glad that I get to share this congregational year with you. We're closing our water communion with a reading by Jamilia Batchelder and Molly House. The strength of water takes on many forms. Just as each of you has a unique and necessary strength that you bring to our community and to the work of love. Take a moment now to drop down into the deep wellspring of your own spirit and bathe yourself in the strength that is the groundwater of your person. Are you a roaring fall wearing rockaway with the sheer force of will? Are you a tiny drop of water in a crevice, breaking it open slowly, steadily? Are you buoyant, like a great salt lake, practiced at holding others aloft? Are you tenacious, like the mountain stream, finding your way down and around every obstacle you face? Are you still and calm like the pond at daybreak, offering radiant peace by your shores? Are you in touch with hidden depths, pulling from a vast well? Do you soothe like the steam rising from a cup of tea? Do you dissolve away stubborn muck like water left in a pot to soak? Do you soften and smooth the edges like a creeping fog? Do you clear away distraction like a cleansing rain? Do you roll with the ebb and flow like the ocean waves? Settle your mind upon your strength, the power that is yours. Draw that strength into your heart. Draw it up into your soul. As we have gathered together the many waters of this community, we need each of us, each of our power, each of our resilience, each of our love to make us whole. Amen.
There are a few announcements in the end of your order of service, including that you can register using this handy QR code for chalice groups. At the end of the month, there is our No Talent Talent Show repeat. It was very much fun last time. There are items on a table in Crowpfeifer Fellowship Hall that have been living on the counter in the kitchen for a long time. If they're yours, please take them home. Maybe you'll be reunited with a bag like I was today. And Nicole has some announcements for us.
Good morning. I have two today. The first is that next week is our next Action Sunday, because the last time was super cool, very fun. So we're going to do it again. Next Monday is the celebration of Mabon, or Mabon, which is, Mabon, which is the autumn equinox, which ironically is the only one that's not represented on the floor. Although I'm noting just now that this one's really close. That said, we're gonna pray that the weather stays dry. I know we're in a drought, but just for 2 days, because we're gonna have fun outside to celebrate the coming equal time of day and night. And we're going to have some fun stuff, some fun games and Will is going to grill up some corn on the cob. And who has a favorite kind of apple? Apple. Okay. How many of you have actually tried different kinds of apples? Okay. So, I mean, I am a pretty strict red delicious, but instead of bobbing for apples, we're actually going to try different apples for a blind taste testing to see maybe I like a different kind. Who knows? So since we're going to be outside, hopefully, please bring chairs and maybe a blanket to sit on if you'd like to make your life more comfortable. So the second announcement, and y'all saw this coming, it's that time. The Out of the Darkness Walk is in 3 weeks, October 5th. And the Out of the Darkness Walk is a fundraiser for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And they have a lot of different things that they do. But one of those things is prevention and education. So just an example, any little bit counts. But if you donate $10, that would cover a DVD for depression and bipolar awareness. If you donate $100, you can bring a program to schools called More Than Sad, which talks about depression and things like that. So the walk is October 5th, right after church. We do ask that you register in advance, which I admit is far more difficult than it should be. So that is why myself and Arrow have a table out there to help you register. I apologize, I didn't remember all the passwords from last year, but I'll bring them next week. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I hope to see you there. Thank you.
Good morning. Just want to encourage you again to sign up for a chalice group or think about doing that. Just as a reminder, they begin in October. They meet for an hour and a half monthly through May. We have some in-person groups and some Zoom groups, and you need to sign up by next Sunday, the 21st. We'll have people out in the lobby that can help with that. If you're good with your phone, you can use this QR code, or we have paper and pen forms you can sign up with. So hope to see you in a chalice group.
And our final hymn is number 1064, Blue Boat Home.
Blessed are we who gather with open hearts together in this space today. Blessed are we, the chalice lighters of resistance, justice, love, and faith. Blessed are we, the heretics, the outcasts, the walkers of our own way. Blessed are we, the border crossers, the refugees, the immigrants, the poor, the wanderers who are not lost. Blessed are we, the transgressors, the trespassers, the passers-by, the cause-takers, the defiant, the compliant. Blessed are we, the hand extenders, the sign makers, the protesters, the protectors. Blessed are we, the trans women, the trans men, the non-binary, the cisgender, the multigender, the no gender. Blessed are we, the friend, the stranger, the lonely, the hidden, the visible, the authentic. Blessed are we who raise in solidarity. Blessed are we who cannot. Blessed are we who do not. Blessed are we, for this is our beloved community, and this is who we are. Go in peace, go in love.